Howdy everybody, Dwangler here for the February 2nd edition of the pregame, taking a look at last week's action and next week's games of the Classic Teleport Paintball League, here in Rec Room VR. If you don't got VR and you're not in Rec Room, you better get here. This last week we had an exciting lineup of games, starting off the week with a 4-versus-4 match that pitted East Division versus North Division in a capture the flag match on Quarry. This marks the first match we've played outside of our normal maps to allow the spawn points to be a bit better and a little bit less time in the game than what we'd like, but we gave the chance for the teams to actually score some flags. As you can see, it worked. There was no stalemate and there was no ties like the last couple of capture a flag games we've done. So East Division took the win 2 flags to 1, pulling them into the first place position for the midpoint of the season here at the Classic Teleport Paintball League. This was quite the feat, as North Division has held the first place rank for quite some time and has knocked them down to number 2. Following that up, we had a couple of 1-versus-1 games. Live streams aren't as exciting because there's only 2 people shooting each other, but when you're playing the 1-versus-1 games, they're a lot more intense than any of the other games, mainly because you're not getting any of those fun hits when the guys are looking at your teammates and you're shooting them in the side. First game of the week was East Division versus South Division. Horcrux came out for East and M24 for South. South crushed the competition with a 25-6 victory in that game. The next 1-versus-1 match was West Division versus North Division. I played for West Division and Taserlag came out for North Division, unfortunately, and he took the win 24-21. He's quite the adversary in 1-versus-1, as you've seen this season. I think I still have a few sore pulled muscles from that match earlier in the week, but it was a good round. Then today we had a special event being live streamed from the Bluff City VR arcade in Memphis, Tennessee by Zizwar and Jerry. It was a 2-versus-2 match on River that pitted West Division versus North. Me, Dwangler, and Mach 1 for West Division faced off against Sparkling Rabbit and Cricut for North Division. North clinched the victory with a 50-43 win. It was a tight game. Good games, everybody. That wraps up the week in review. We've had a bit of shuffling around in the standings on the scoreboard, which was good to see. And now we'll jump right into what's coming up next week. Coming up this week, we have 4 games, 2 of which have confirmed times and schedules. We have a 4-versus-4 West versus South coming up on February 4th, Tuesday, for those of you who don't know how to look at a calendar, at 6:30 Pacific time. This game will not be streamed as it is a capture the flag game, and we will not be streaming those in the 4-versus-4 and 3-versus-3 brackets for the time being until we can get the spawn issues sorted out. Following that up, we have a 3-versus-3 game, East versus West, on February 5th at 6:30 as well. Yet another capture the flag game that won't be streamed. Keep an eye out for social media posts to see who wins. Then games still with pending schedules, we have a North versus South and a 3-versus-3 capture the flag, and a 2-versus-2 East versus South team battle. So stay tuned to social media. If you're not following us here or at any one of these, you probably should be to stay up to date on who's winning, when the games are, and who is live streaming what events. Now, for a quick break, we're going to jump over to the War Room for some interviews and a look at the standings for the league currently. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the War Room, where we keep track of everything that's been happening in the Classic Teleport Paintball League. We have the scoreboard with wins, losses, and ties, as well as the team structures and the points each team has accumulated. Let's take a closer look at what we have so far this season. So, for wins and losses, we have North Division in first place again today after their win earlier today, with 5 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. East Division with 2 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie, followed in third place with South Division, 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie, and West Division in fourth place with 0 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie. Now, let's take a look at the points each team has accumulated here. It doesn't necessarily represent the amount of wins. as each team gets 1 point for each player on the field during a win. So 4 versus 4 games will get more points than a 1 versus 1 game. And that is the advantage East team has taken over. We have North Division with 12 points, East Division with 11, South with 6, and West with 2 points. It just happens to line up in first to fourth place there. It wasn't necessarily planned that way. It just worked out that way. Now, let's take a look at who is on each team. We have North Division with 2DK, Razor, Sparkling Rabbit, Cricket, and Taserlag. East Division, Alpaca, Chase, Buck, Horcrux, and Sympology. And Diamond. They have one more than everybody else this season, just due to people's availability and people not being able to stay committed to games, because real life does take precedence over video games. Remember that. South Division, Zizwar, Loaded Lemons, Gog, M24, and Caster. And West Division, we have Dwangler, me, Space Fox, Mach 1, Cats and Top Hats, and Jimmy Coco. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay, that looks acceptable somewhat.
Acceptable.
Now, Horcrux, you feel free to say whatever you want. Sympology also.
Yeah.
You guys can.
Okay, I'll just sit here in silence.
No, this is.
I like it better when you do the talking.
How are we lined up? Are we lined up? Are we lined up well?
Yeah, the lineup's good. We need to
move over more?
create
Okay.
some drama between the teams
Move over
so we
more
actually get
so
the
that-
challenges flowing. Otherwise, we're going to reach the end of the season and there's going to be like no challenges done. So everybody's going to miss out on those extra points.
All right.
All right. So here we are in the war room with East Division. We got Horcrux, Al, and Sympology. So what say you guys on North Division taking the lead back from you today?
Well, we still have another game to catch up. First of all.
Yeah.
Fair.
And
Yes.
second of all, we are working together really well as a team. So I think we can definitely do that.
I see. I
Yep,
see.
1
Yeah,
point
but-
is nothing.
And you guys have all your jerseys, unlike Red Team.
Yes.
2DK. We're calling you guys
Okay,
out.
we have.
Jerseys.
Let me tell you what we have. We have matching team jerseys. We have a team emoji. We have a team saying, and we have a team name. Does anyone else have a team name?
Okay, so
We have a
whoa,
team
whoa,
name.
Back up. What's your team saying? Let's hear that one for starters.
Our team saying is, well, first of all, team name is HET. Head East Teleport Team. And our saying is HET Team is the best team.
I saw you use that. I can't believe you continued to use that. Okay, fair enough.
What do you mean you can't believe it? Are you criticizing our
you know what?
catchphrase?
Buck is the one. Buck is the one who made
criticized
that
it.
up.
Oh, of course it makes no sense then. Can't leave those things up to lawyers.
Oh my.
Bach,
Oh boy.
you should have been here. You can't defend yourself.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So you guys can see we have the points behind you here on the board. And so
Oh,
yeah, North took a
Take a
1
picture
point
of
lead
that.
today. And yeah, that's the current wins and losses. So you guys are taking a different strategy here. You guys have been winning the 4 versus 4 matches and the capture the flag matches, where Red Team's been slaughtering in the 1 versus 1 Crux. I think you remember that one.
Right.
I have a slight recollection of that.
Well, that was
We'll have
South.
to see
that
how
was
that all
South.
plays
Yeah.
out, I guess.
I lost in 1
Yeah.
versus 1 too. It's painful.
Yeah.
But they've been winning the lesser value games. So even South actually, I can see why South challenged you guys to the first challenge there. They actually
Really?
have more wins, but less points.
Interesting.
Someone didn't think things through all the way, I guess.
Yeah, interesting.
Well, they don't have South. Where's your jerseys? They don't even have jerseys.
Exactly.
They don't even have a
exactly.
reason. 2DK rebutted that. They're about points, not jerseys. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the South there. Too busy doing other
Anyway.
things. Yep. So, moving forward, we hit the halfway point of the season. You guys were the first ranked team at the 6-game mark. So, congratulations. Well played.
And we're
Thank you.
happy about that. Yep.
Now, what do you guys
Good team.
foresee moving forward with the rest of the season? You guys have any plans or challenges in the works there?
Well, we definitely would have no problems challenging or meeting challenges from other teams if they'd like to challenge us. So we're ready for that.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what about the stacking of the challenges? So I understand you're going to go head to head against Zizwar here once we get that game lined up.
I will absolutely do that. He just needs to set a time and a place, and I will be there.
Yeah. And what do you think the outcomes of that game are going to be?
I can't say. Most
Al's
of
gonna
the
win.
players. Well, okay. I'm going to be humble and say most of the
I'll
players
speak
are
for
better.
her. Al is gonna win. Sorry, Ziz.
Most of the players are better than me, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well,
He's sneaky. Ziz is sneaky.
yeah,
He's
but
got some good
he is.
moves.
he
He's
might
got
be
some
a-
good moves.
he might be a
Yeah.
little too busy talking to the streamers on the Discord chat there.
That's true.
Distractions.
Right.
Distractions.
There's some tea right there.
All right. So there we have it. East Division. Halfway through the season, first place. Lost it today to North Division. And yeah, moving
We'll be
forward.
back.
Yay!
Temporary. We'll be back.
Yep, we'll be back.
Any
Awesome.
last words?
Yep.
Or
Yes,
challenges?
and
or
Paula, do
maybe,
you have any last
maybe
words
throw some shade
to
at some people out
close
there?
things?
No, I think
You want
I
a
think
1v1 anyone?
all the pressure's on North. I think everyone's expecting them to win. So I
Yeah.
think we'll
I don't get.
We'll
You know
come
what?
straight
I
at
don't
them.
think I've ever heard
Lazy
Sympology
North
speak
team.
a sentence. This is the most I've ever heard him say. Anyway.
Well, right on. Thanks for coming out, guys, and
All right.
have a
Thanks.
good evening.
Sure thing.
Here we are with 2DK, North Division team captain. How you doing today, 2DK?
Pretty good.
14.
We won the game, so why not?
Cheating teleporters. But was a good game. Was a good game. So,
West captain was on the losing side, so yeah,
yeah.
a bit sore.
No, I'm sore from the 1v1 game earlier this week. Still, actually, I think I
that one
pulled
was
something in
tough.
my lower back and my leg. But yeah, definitely have to move a bit more against those younger players. So, what do you say
Right.
here? We had the East team in earlier, and they're maybe talking some trash about you guys. But you got
Well-
back the victory. But they are you are one game up on them, so they might beat us later this week and take the lead again.
Yeah, they had advantage on capture the flag game 4v4, the most point bringing game, so they could. They definitely could.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh,
I guess they played you guys in that game too. That was a good matchup there. The top two teams for the capture the flag 4 versus.
that was a great game. Like one of the best I had in a long time.
Nice.
So
Well,
challenging. And this team is a great team.
that's good to hear. I
Like
know.
3 snipers on the field. 3 snipers on the field.
I can only imagine how
Yeah,
painful
against
that was.
only one. Well, Sparkling Rabbit took a lot of hit, and I don't know. I didn't feel too much sniping fire on me, so I guess she was pretty good at
Yeah.
that.
Well, at the same point, basically, if I play against Sparkling Rabbit, she's my number one. That person must die as soon as I see them with a sniper on those maps. That's definitely a hit priority there for an entire team. Take out that enemy
all right,
sniper.
all right.
So,
I can relate to her.
moving forward, your team hasn't issued any challenges. Either has our team. So, what's your thoughts on that? Are you going to you getting any grudges out there between the teams yet, or you guys about ready to issue a challenge to one of the other teams?
I'm definitely keeping a list. I have a number of interesting people who I'd like to go against, but I think as most, I would keep the challenges to end of the season. So in case there is a tie in points between two teams, we can pull like a 4v4 CTF game, so to get the maximum points available.
Being strategic about
That's the strategy. Yep. I'm sorry
I
to like tell it to you, but I think you make the same conclusions.
Yeah, well, no, we're a bit on the different end here. We're going to be a little bit more haphazard about it, and I issue the second challenge against you, 2DK. 1 versus 1.
Did
Capture
you hit
the flag
first one, or
on
you mean?
Quarry. Yeah.
So in rules, there is an option that we must accept the challenge, but I might replace someone from other player from my team, and I might use it.
Yeah. Well, that rule is in place if you want to wuss out.
Of course I am. Of course, like, who wants to go against this guy on quarry?
Yeah, it was a smart challenge, and we will use our standard map as well. I think the spawn point would be more advantageous for a 1 versus 1 map where you're spawning close.
So
to the
15
flag.
minutes. 15 minutes.
15 minutes of Slaughterfest on quarry.
You wanted to get all of the extra points for flag staking, I guess.
Well, I don't know if we entered that into the rules or not for the challenges. I think the challenges are limited to just 1 point.
We're sitting here, we can enter it like right now.
Yeah, we can edit those rules. On that same note, though, I think there was a different aspect of that we didn't really add in. I think we should add the aspect of allowing you to add another challenge to that and make it a 2 versus 2 if you want to add one of your people against one of our people as well. Just throwing that out there, because we're allowed to add to the challenges to make it a 2 versus 2 or a 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 4. But it gives it some room to change. So we're going to have to plan that here one of these days soon. We're still waiting on Ziz and Alpaca to go at it there. That'll be an interesting one. I think we'll be streaming that one. I'd like to have us each stream on one side so we can get all the action there. And I'd like those two to play with open mics as well so we can hear the chatter in game.
Yeah, that might be interesting.
Yep. Yeah, there might be a few curse words out there.
I had a lot of fun watching your game today with the Sparkling Rabbit because she was on fire. Like every time you meet in game and took each other out, she just went nuts. And
Yeah.
I don't know, very exciting game.
Yeah, it was a good game. The 2 versus 2, I after playing the 1 versus 1, I have to say that was probably my second 1 versus 1 ever, and the first one was against Scabbage on Quarry, and I didn't enjoy that very much. I don't like the 1 versus 1 bracket. It's way too much moving and work because you don't get that those free kills when somebody's killing your teammates and you come up beside them. But the 2 versus 2 is a bit nicer. It allows for a few extra kills from the side, but for the most part, that was a pretty savage game. A lot of traded kills and not nearly as many grenade kills as I was hoping. But hey, teleporters for the win.
It's a bit laggy today.
Yep. Yeah. That's relative to.
Can't really.
Yeah. All right. So moving forward, any last remarks here? Challenges? Throw some shade on one of the other teams. Oh, well, we did want to ask about your jerseys. You know, your East team.
Okay, so this is double 2, and after double 1, I start talking to my teammates. We're gonna try to fulfill your desires.
Yeah, East
We're
team.
gonna try to work on that.
So East team actually has a name. They went with Het. HETT against all the
what's that?
Something East teleporting something. I was
The thing is, they
too busy
didn't.
laughing.
They don't tell us. They made the name and they kept it for themselves. At least I didn't see it anywhere.
They mentioned it earlier, but they also have a team saying to go along with it too, like Team Het is best, or I don't remember. I was too busy laughing at the hat part, but
All right.
yeah. Let's work on jerseys first, then everybody's easier to identify out there. All right. Well, thanks for coming out, 2DK, captain of North Division. All right.
Yep.
Rock on. And that's
We
where
good?
I'll cut in the music.
All right.